Reflexology and foot reading. I love gentle touch reflexology and also foot reading. Between them they make such a powerful team. It's totally fascinating, amazing, rewarding and such stimulating work to be able to work with people and to be able to help them with reflexology and also the added dimension of foot reading. I use both of them in my clinic and in my teaching because they make such a powerful team. You can be amazed by what they do. One of the greatest benefits of reflexology, as we know, is being able to help people to be able to relax. And as people relax, they start to get the benefits of what reflexology can do for them. And that relaxation, with the reflexology increasing that relaxation, everything helps to support the body so that it can work so much more effectively. And it works at so many levels. That's physically, mentally, emotionally. Everything seems to work so much better. And it can help all sorts of ranges of people, so it can be young people and old people, it can help babies, it can help children, but when you add foot reading into it as well, it can take it even more. So as reflexologists, we're accessing the reflex points and we're doing everything that we possibly can to be able to help people to support their systems by the reflex points. And we can get really quick results by helping people. Some people get better a lot quicker, some people take their time, some people don't notice the benefits, some people notice loads of benefits. But in gentle touch reflexology, we are working so lightly and so delicately and so in tune, hopefully, with each person that we may be able to see some really, really super results. And it gives a bit of what I would call space and time for the magic to happen. We need to be able to create that both within ourselves, in the place where we're working, for the reflexology to really work. And then you can add in the whole wonderful thing of foot reading. It was actually only today when I decided I was going to write this, I had the most wonderful opportunity, because when I was in the shop, this lady was showing her friend about the awful bunion that she'd got on her foot. So she whipped out her feet, you could see her sandals, and she was poking at this bunion on her feet where she could see it. Now, I would doubt that lady knew that she was actually expressing to everybody in the shop, because she was really speaking really loudly, that her bunion was really playing her up, because she's just really stressed, she's got no time for herself, because that's what bunions mean, right? They're related to the feeling zones of the feet, and they're trying to get extra time and space for themselves and some quality me time. That's part of what it's all about. And the colours are interesting. If they're white, it means they're exhausted. If they're red, it means they're getting angry about their situation. And so she probably didn't know that she was telling everybody that she'd just got no space for me time, because that's when bunions tend to play us up. So while we're looking at people's feet, at the shape and the complexity of their feet, whether they've got loads and loads of issues, or maybe they've got overlapping toes. Overlapping toes may mean that maybe their feelings are overwhelming them, or they've got no space to get any projects done. But there's so much that's going on that we can see from people's feet. And ta-da, we can do hand reading too, because there's a lot of information that we can get from our hands. One of my clients, she came in and she was sitting in the chair, and as she was sitting in the chair she was picking away at her hand, and yes, I knew that she was already stressed, but actually by picking away at her hands, our hands are all about how we handle life and what we're handling, and whether we can cope with it or whether we can't. So there's foot reading, there's hand reading, and there's reflexology, and they just are so wonderful together. Now, some people want to know about it at a very basic level. They just want to know the shapes and the placement and the colours, and other people want to know about the more in-depth complexity of it all, where they can really start to find out what those areas mean, like which reflex point relates to what type of issue and what type of condition they might be predisposed to, whether there's certain career aspects that would be really helpful for them to be looking at. I do remember once I had a lady who came who was incredibly expressive, very creative, really in charge of her own mind, and very driven by making her own decisions, and incredibly orientated by controlling her feelings, and she just sort of knew stuff that other people didn't sense. She was an incredibly sensitive person. And she told me that every single person in her family were going into the forces, and therefore she was going to follow the family motto and go into the forces. And I watched with great interest where she signed up and went in, and before long she realised that it wasn't the place for her, because she just was too much of a free spirit to be able to be within the forces. So what she did do was try and express it, go through the family, follow the family motto and do that. And then she came out and offered her services in the Territorial Army and is helping some of the teenagers to express themselves, and she's got the most incredible projects going on at the moment, and you could see from her feet that that was the sort of thing that was going to really benefit her. So reflexology, foot reading, hand reading go so well together. As you know, I do gentle touch reflexology, and so you're going to work so lightly and so gently with people with that wonderful philosophy behind gentle touch reflexology. And I do know that I keep saying I'm going to do more and write more, but somehow or other I just don't seem to find the time. So I know I'm going to be said I was going to write more things, but I am writing the 2 books. I'm writing the book on my own understanding of foot reading according to how it works for me. And a book on gentle touch reflexology, so I will post when it's up and ready. If you want to go to the website and see what's already there, you can. It's www.crix.com. So that's all for now. Bye.